guys, happy Monday. It's me with another video about low carb and ketogenic diet. So I get asked so many questions recently about macronutrients. Some people don't even know what they are. Some people don't know how to calculate them. And some people are totally unaware that if you eat too much protein, you're going to put yourself back into burning sugar because too much protein secretes insulin from the pancreas, and it's a whole other story. But in order to keep your macros in check, I want to recommend MyFitnessPal, the application for your phone. The app has surpassed my expectations. It's absolutely phenomenal. You set yourself up with a profile and you put in the amount of macros that you would like to have in a day, and it will calculate and give you a running tally throughout the entire day, as long as you log your food. Now, it has a database of pretty much every food, every fast food place, every grocery store item known to man. If it doesn't, you're able to put it in by yourself. It also has a barcode scanner, so if you're out somewhere or you have a food that you picked up from somewhere and you can't find it in there, you hit the bar scanner button and you hold your phone in front of the barcode and boom, the food comes up with all the macros. And then you just hit enter. How much of a serving size did you have? And it will enter it into your diary. So you can't go wrong with this app. Again, I'm going to say, as I have in previous videos, your macros are macronutrients. They're the elements that make up the food. The target for starting out on low carb would be 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs. You want to tweak it as you go because not everybody's the same, and everybody will probably need, a tweak here and there. I've tweaked mine. I started out with like 70% fat. I'm up to 75. Sometimes I even go 80% in a day. And while it's not difficult to follow, some people don't really understand what kind of fats are best for you. So I'll give you a brief list. MCT oil, coconut oil, olive oil, bacon, you know that, grass-fed butter, fatty beefs like brisket and certain steaks. You can have your chicken and your turkey also, but remember the leaner meats don't elevate your fat, so you would have to add something to it. Like I said, coconut oil, butter. If you make a steak, melt a little pat of butter on top. When you go to a good restaurant, the steaks always have melted butter on top. Enjoy that kind of stuff. But make sure your protein is not jacked. Like, don't eat eggs and then a protein for lunch and a protein for snack and a protein for dinner and then just completely go ballistic. You have to keep track of your macros. And that is why MyFitnessPal, for me, is the best app you can have. It lists everything, not only the macros that I'm talking about, the fat, protein, and carbs. It will list some of your vitamins and minerals, and you can really see how much potassium you're taking in, how much sodium you're taking in, mag, everything. It's a really good thing to have. I love it. And, guys, I don't know everything. It's like learn as you go. But the one thing I have really, really, really understood is that if you are doing this unprepared mentally and everything else, you're not going to succeed. So many of you guys write to me, oh my God, I'm not losing weight. I don't understand. I want to give up. I don't feel good. I'm tired. That's why I'm recommending you have to keep your macros in check. You have to know where you are on a day-to-day basis, how much fat you're taking in, how many carbs you're taking in, how much protein you're taking in, because you might be deficient, you might be going over. If you go over by a couple, it's not the end of the world, but we want to try to keep ourselves in a certain range to be successful. Another thing, I'm going to say it again, stop worrying about the scale. You guys always write to me, how much weight have you lost? How much weight have you lost? I am up to almost 29 pounds lost since June. It is now September. I feel wonderful, but it's not the only important thing to focus on. 30 pounds is great, but I don't care about the 30 pounds. I care about how I feel, how my clothes are fitting. To me, I've surpassed the scale. I don't even weigh myself every day anymore. I probably weigh myself twice a month, and I'm fine with that. I just know by, like I told you, other ways, take pictures of yourself, measure yourself, and your clothes sizes will go down. You know, you jump on the scale and the scale doesn't necessarily know if you had a high sodium meal the night before. The scale doesn't know if you're constipated and you're holding in a couple more pounds. There's so many elements to weighing yourself that can really, really destroy you mentally. And the last thing you need is to be emotionally destroyed on this type of lifestyle, because it can really push you into emotional eating, which so many of us have had or do have. And again, it's all a matter of mind control. You know, you control what you put in your mouth. If you are not willing to give up certain foods, then this plan is not for you. You know, everybody in the past diets that I've done, everybody will conclude that, you know, it's best if you have a diet that's well-rounded and a little bit of everything. And that is true to some extent. But we do know that foods that are processed and full of sugar, even whole wheat. You guys think whole wheat is good for you? It's not. It's not. If you have irritable bowel syndrome, if you have heartburn, things like that, cut that crap out of your diet. Well-rounded could just mean eating things that are not inflammatory. A lot of the stuff that we typically eat, rice, pasta, those flatbread thins, the sandwich thins, Quest bars, that is not good for you. Highly processed junk food, okay? And it is not expensive to eat this way. I don't care what people are telling you. You can find low price, low cost proteins. The fats are clearly the cheapest because they're fat, right? People are always like, you got to stay away from fat. Don't eat fat. It's the cheapest thing you could buy. You could go buy a jar of coconut oil for $5 and it'll last you 2 months at least. Oh, I think I see a fire. I see black smoke in the sky. Oh yeah, there's a fire somewhere. Sorry, I'm like, all of a sudden in the distance I see this big black cloud of, that's pretty spooky, because I'm looking straight at the New York City skyline. The Empire State Building, I see, wow, everything here. Anyway, I just totally got sidetracked. That's kind of frightening. But anyway, guys, I guess I'm going off on a tangent now. I'm derailing, and I don't want to derail. So, guys, keep your macros in check. Research them. Look them up. Find what's right for you. And there's nothing wrong with tweaking. Start at a certain point. If that's not working for you, you know, lower your calories a little bit, up your fat a little bit, you know, tweak your protein, tweak your carbs, whatever you have to do to be successful. But remember, it's all up here. Your mind controls your body, and that's pretty much all I have to say. So, Macro 101. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. And it's pretty much all I have to say today. But stay focused, stay on plan, don't derail. Winter's coming, and just think, if you start today, what you're going to look like next summer when you have to wear all those itty-bitty clothes because it's so hot outside. Not only that, you'll feel better. No pains. You'll have an extremely high attention span. If you guys look like I just had that moment where I looked off to the side, but my attention span is so sharp right now. I feel so much more focused and like just so many health changes. I mean, I couldn't be happier with this way of life. And again, I'll never derail. I will never go back to what I did prior. I don't miss the processed foods. I don't miss it whatsoever. I really, really, truly don't. I just feel so good. So anyway, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.